There we go. All right. Okay, well, Billy, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and throw up the agenda if that's all right with you. Here we go. Make it a little bit bigger. All right. We'll get down to the good part here. Whoops, went a little bit too far. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us this morning at our Family Engagement Committee meeting. I know we have a few things to talk about this morning. I apologize. I had that email that I thought had been sent last night with the pre-reads and the agenda in it. And Elva told me this morning that she hadn't received it, and it's because it, for some reason, didn't send. So that's what came this morning. And it includes a little bit of documentation that Vic sent as well. But one of the exciting things is we're going to talk today. Vic's going to share today some new guidance from 21st Century at the federal level. And Billy, I don't know if you have any opening remarks, but I'll let you guys take it away.
Go ahead, Billy.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Heidi and Vic. And Vic, I want to say thank you 100% for all the help you've provided me at this point. And I believe we should probably just go ahead and get started since we have a lot of stuff to discuss. So Vic, I believe you are up next.
Well, I don't have the ability to share, so maybe Heidi, you can put up that that document that I sent out. The one that I sent, not the big 100-page one, that I haven't had a chance to go through. But it's a supporting document that, in essence, what's nice is the federal government has recognized the importance of social emotional support in after school programs. So that's a good thing. The Word document was something. Oh, okay, I can share now. Oh, no, that's the wrong one, Heidi. That's the big one that we don't want to go through. We just want to do the one that I sent. And I can put it up in just a second.
That's the guide to the family engagement.
Yeah, this is it. This is right here. This is the after 20 years, the feds have finally updated their guidance for the 21st century programs. And this was in there about family engagement specific to 21st century. The other guide is a broader guide for social emotional support in a variety of programs, not just 21st century. So if you look at this, can the SEA include priorities in there for the competition? And one of the is, we can prioritize if you have a family engagement, although that hasn't been a real strong area, so I was always hesitant to make that a priority. We're pretty safe with staying with, academics because we collect that and send that to Congress. However, we do want to make sure that you're reaching out to families and providing them with support. Some of the things that the feds have included here is like creating a welcoming, safe, and inclusive environment. And they want you to, adapt this to your local communities. And we scroll down a little bit here.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Hang on. I seem to have lost the ability to edit.
Well, I just need you to scroll down a little.
There we go.
Document.
There we go.
There we go. Yep. So what's nice is that they even mention supporting children's social, emotional, behavior, and mental health needs. So that's very good for us because we've always been looking at the whole child and all the needs of children, not just the academic piece. And it's nice that they've included this in the guidance because I don't believe it was in the prior guidance of
No.
2003. Support for families, providing outreach, and the meetings that you have should also include outreach. Inform the parents what the kids are doing, let them know about the program, tell them about the things, that you do to keep the kids safe, what they're learning, let the kids do a presentation, but also, make sure that the parents are included as much as possible. Ask them, at a meeting, will they sign up to be part of a field trip? Find out if you might have some parents that could volunteer. Maybe not every day, but maybe, once a week they could come in. So communicate with parents, gather the input from the parent families and respond to that. You have a lot of flexibility in supporting the needs of families in this program. And, this is something we've always done in Iowa, promoting connections between schools and the programs. And in Iowa, we've had a multi-tiered system of support that you could take advantage of, at least with the schools, maybe not so much with community groups, but I've seen a lot of great things going on with support for social emotional pieces. And, we were way ahead of the state when it comes to conscious discipline and the trainings. They were just getting started with what to do, and I shared with them what we're doing, and they were just very impressed. So all I can say is keep up the good work. Also, trauma-informed practices, we have trainings on that. I see, people turning in on their PD logs. A great majority of you are doing the trauma-informed care, and that's wonderful. And again, there's that link to the safe and supportive learning environments, which is a much larger document, and you can go over that. Under allowable activities for the program, parenting skills, and notice that in Iowa, we provide adult literacy through a partnership with the local community colleges. Now, the example they use is financial literacy. So you could partner with a local credit union or a bank and have someone come in and provide, some of that, where parents would learn, about balancing their checkbook, how to take out a loan. But we have to be careful here because we don't want you to be doing two different programs. The parent piece is not your primary goal. It is, to support the kids. And that's why we partner with a community college, because it's very easy to get in and supplant, because they get a federal grant, the colleges do, and they're very happy to provide a lot of support that the parents may need. In fact, if you know what the college is providing, you may be able to meet with them and say, our parents could use this course, and they may be able to just come out and do a course on site for you that may not be offered in their list that they have at the colleges. So it's a great partnership. Also lessons with health and wellness too. That's another thing to tailor to your community. I know of one program that they worked with the University of Iowa, and they provided a dental clinic where the students came out and they provided free dental care. So all of those things are wonderful. And I'm very happy with the new guidance because it just shows that we're on the right track in Iowa, and we've been on the right track for years. Anybody have any questions on this? Okay, so there's a much larger document that I'm going to go over at the directors meeting on Friday. So you may want to pass the word on that, to attend on Friday, because we'll go over that new guidance document in more detail. Well, this is just a little section for family engagement.
This is Billy. Vic, I sent you a message and I wanted to talk to you, by yourself or whatever, but you answered my question, because when I was thinking about how to engage our parents more, because our parents aren't engaged, let's just put it that way. We can host a meeting and none of the parents show up. But I understand that we can if we partner with like a college or an organization outside, we can still include our parents in the workshop or the session. But let me ask a crazy question. Would that mean, no, I answered my own question. I was going to ask you, would that mean that, it's really, would that mean we'd have to enroll our parents into our after school program? But it really doesn't mean that. It just means we continue to have our students be enrolled and invite our parents.
Right. We're just giving them information. Here's the thing in Iowa that makes it difficult for family engagement. We're one of the top states in the country for both parents working. And some of our parents, our work is, especially the ones low income, they're working probably more than one job. So when they get a thing about something at the school, they're not real excited. They're busy. They come home, they're tired. They got to take care of the kids. So how can we get them in? Maybe by offering a meal. If they didn't have to cook, now we can, feeding the kids is, our primary objective. So that's a good way to, bring parents in, have a meal and say, we're having an evening meal for the children, and come on and everybody can eat. Kind of like what we do in the summer feeding program. And that may be your way to get them to come in, because then it takes a little bit off their load.
Yeah, I understand that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I stopped sharing the agenda so that we could look at each other's faces. I can put it back up there again, Billy. I think the last thing on there was to discuss specific successes and barriers and programs. So let me put that up there, just make sure we don't forget anything, and then we can move forward with our conversation. Oh, and the supporting child and student SEL document, that's the other piece that Vic had shared with us, and it's in your email that you got this morning if you want to take a look at that.
This is Billy again. I think everyone knows one of our barriers, and that is the constant trying to bring in out those families. Because we can have a family outing or a family meal, and still those parents, they have a problem trickling in. And we're working through some ideas as we speak. It seems like they like to have those bingo nights and things like that are just real fun. So we have to start incorporating more of that kind of activity. We did have one bingo night and we had a cash jump, and that brought in all of our kids naturally, and just two parents. And I think what happened is the word got out and they're looking for another cash jump, Mr. Vic and Miss Heidi. But I'm gonna tell you, we don't have all that kind of money to do those things. So that's the big draw there. And a style show that they like those style shows too. And that brings in a lot of people, but those folks may not be in our program. So that's our biggest barrier, trying to get our parents together.
Well, we only require you to do one a quarter. And that kind of meshes with the monitoring. I'm supposed to monitor these and I do it through your claims. But what about giving out an award to the students? I mean, if the parent knows their child's going to get an award, they might come out for that. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to give them a trophy, just give them a certificate of their attendance improved, their reading improved, their math, their behavior improved. And, have a little procession where you give them an award and thank them for doing a good job. And that has benefits for the children too. I mean, self-esteem building. And then a lot of the parents never had a great experience in the school, and that's another reason why they don't come in. But if they see the school as recognizing their child, and that may be something that kind of helps to bridge the bad experiences that they had as a child and say, well, school's not so bad. They're recognizing that my child's doing good things.
Yes, that's a good point. We're gonna infuse some of those points, Mr. Vic, and let you know how it worked next year, or even over the summer.
Well, and have your staff do some training on finding out, the good in every child, because every child has good inside of them that you can find things to praise them for.
Yeah.
Although some of them, when they've had a lot of failures, they put up barriers. They don't, they're used to being criticized and you didn't do this right. Oh, you failed this test. And it hardens them and makes it harder to break through. But once you make that breakthrough, then they trust you. And that opens all sorts of opportunities for them to improve their learning.
I should probably let someone else share some successes.
Well,
Ours hasn't happened yet. Oh, sorry.
nope, I was just going to ask to hear from others. Go for it.
Okay, so Riverwoods is doing a zoo night, so they're partnering with the school. So I find that's been very beneficial in the past. Now that I'm really not at Riverwoods, school events works great for us for attendance, because then our 21st century kids are there. All the families in the school are able to participate. And when you piggyback, you can count those numbers, and there's less planning. And they're pretty successful.
And also, what a great promotion for your 21st century programs too, right?
That's for sure.
Hello, I'm Angela. This is actually my first time on the committee. I'm the new site coordinator for the Pieces After School program in Burlington.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. So I actually just wanted to share, this is actually my first time doing anything with family engagement, everything in a program like this. And this week I actually was able to plan 3 different, for each school, they're each doing their own individual. And so I went and I sat down with each of the staff at each school, and they kind of told me some of the interests, and we planned out different things for each school. And we also had food, and we advertised, we promoted it on our Facebook page and sending flyers home. And last night was our first one. And I was very amazed. Of course, I'm really nervous. And I'm like, no one's going to show up and it's going to be a total, my first thing is just going to fail. And it was absolutely amazing. We did a cakewalk and they got to see all of the activities that the kids do throughout the year. So, and I was very, very happy to see how the parents actually didn't just stand back and let the kids do the activities, but they were, I mean, we do Soccer for Success, partnered with 4-H. And so we had a Soccer for Success activity there as well. And to see the parents actually participating and doing the soccer activity with the parents, it was really amazing. So I'm really excited to see how the next couple ones turn out for us.
Thanks and welcome. Oh, and I just want to share from Christine in the chat. She said she's finishing her 147th good news card, one for each student. They're mailed home to parent and guardian. She finds something positive to say about each kid and thanks the parents for letting them attend the after school program. That's so cool.
Another option for you is if you're working with a school, they may have a parent teacher night that you could have your family engagement night on the same event. That works. Or if you work with Title I is also required to have family engagement nights. So maybe you could work together. The big thing that I look for is that you're making a good faith effort. I know that family engagement is not always easy, and that's one reason for this committee to share ideas and best practices so that everybody is a little more successful on it.
I'll share one. This is Amy. I'm in Des Moines Public Schools and at Lovejoy Elementary. And tonight we're actually having, if the air quality holds out, because we're kind of keeping an eye on that, but we've had a garden club going all year with our school garden. And we've had a little bit of trouble getting a lot of family engagement in the garden space. We use it a lot during school. We have classroom teachers using it a lot, and we have obviously our garden club using it in 21st Century. So we do get a lot of use out of it, but we don't have a lot of families involved. And especially over the summer, that becomes difficult with who's, kind of taking care of the garden. So tonight we're going to have a big garden party and we've got tamales for the families, just like what you were saying earlier, Vic, with the meals. We're like trying to make sure there's food there. And we're going to have like painting pots, and people will get to take home a potted plant, a flower that they can grow in their window or whatever space they have, and just kind of like introducing them to the garden space if they've never been back there. And then hopefully we'll get a little engagement at least over the summer for some families that are especially interested. We know there's a lot of families that are interested in growing things, but maybe just don't know about our garden or haven't figured out that they can be involved in it and even take home produce from the garden over the summertime. So we're excited for that event tonight. And then some other events that we had this year that were really successful were kind of trying to keep an eye out for the different cultural heritage months. And we hosted a Latinx Heritage Month, and we hosted a Black Excellence celebration. I'm doing Black History Month with our 21st Century kiddos, helping out like in planning and making posters and doing all that and inviting those families to those kind of cultural celebrations as well. And I think they really enjoyed those. And so we'll hopefully do those again next year.
That's great.
That's great.
And yes, always with
Amy.
lots of food there. We love having the food there.
Well, when I was going to school in Detroit, my teacher, her name was Isabel Smith, and we had a lot of different cultures in our school. And she did a potluck, and everybody would bring a dish based on your culture. And there was a lot of foods that for the first time in my life, I tasted at those meetings. So, this has been successful for years. And people like food. So, and it's good to learn, about dishes from other parts of the world. And that's a great way to communicate and bridge, the gap between educators and parents.
Absolutely.
My name is Dima Abu Assaf. I'm also from Des Moines Public School at Hillis Elementary. And we also had our culture night last month. It was a huge success. It was student led. So students made posters, they dress up in their cultural clothing. We had a fashion show. Parents came, did henna, did different activities from their cultures. We had music. We also had a lot of food. It was great to learn about all these cultures, and the kiddos were very proud to present their countries and cultures.
That's terrific. And if you haven't taken a look in the chat recently, there's lots of good ideas in there. Christine had mentioned that they set up a table at school registration, which is a great idea. Parents maybe could even sign their kids up for after school programs right there at registration. It's wonderful. And inviting parents to participate in planning and bringing food for the after school program family nights is a great idea too. All right. Well, thanks everyone so much for sharing those wonderful things that you're doing. Billy or Vic, is there anything else you'd like to add to the official agenda for this morning?
I was looking at the
No.
summer programming, and how's that going for our team?
Say that again, Billy. You got cut off at the very beginning.
Okay, the summer programming, how is that going with with our team?
Great.
Anyone need any assistance or anything? Any ideas? Well, Oak
You
Ridge
guys
has
know
made-
it's going to be summer, right? I'm just
yeah. We're just kind of stuck on winding down right now, and we're doing that because our last day here at Oak Ridge is Friday. Officially, it's Friday because we're gearing up for our summer programs. And we have a few activities, end of year activities planned for our students, a couple of cookouts, and just some outdoor carnival fun, just having some fun, and cleaning up our rooms. So that's something that we're really, really, really working on. And with our summer youth employment, maybe I should stop there and let someone else share anything that they're doing in the summer or winding down. Or you just want to get this over, which I don't blame you. Summer youth employment, we are in the summer youth employment program, and we interviewed close to 100 students, and we have 75 jobs that are open right now. So we have done a real intense interview process, and we do have most of the jobs filled. They're on campus and outside of campus. They range from ages 14 to 21. That 21-year-old is most of those 20. We have one 21, we have a couple 22, and some 19. Those are college students, folks. So we've kind of have a wide spectrum of folks. What we're doing tomorrow night is we're doing a process called onboarding, and that's just getting students into the payroll system. And we have an orientation, and that consists of 3 days. We have one on work etiquette. We have one on career planning, per expiration. And we also have one on financial literacy. So we have them 3 different days at 3 different times. And we have banks and credit unions coming in. And also we have a professional etiquette lady. And we have United Way coming in to talk about careers, why is it important, and those kinds of wonderful things. And we're providing strength finders for our students, because a lot of these students have not really been on an official job. So we're trying to find, kind of like the colors test, trying to find out what are your strengths, your weaknesses, and how we can put that together. And then they'll be divided up and assigned to their specific jobs. And that's basically it for Oak Ridge and their summer. Anyone else?
Yeah, my name is Kel Schmidt, and I am at St. Mark Youth Enrichment in Dubuque. And for summer, we actually host 2 different summer camps, one in Dubuque and one in Dyersville. So they're about a half an hour apart. And our focus is students entering kindergarten all the way through students entering 5th grade. And in our Western Dubuque system in Dyersville, we have 3 classes. We have a kindergarten class, a 1st and 2nd class that has a STEAM focus. And then our 3rd through 5th grade class has a nature navigator. So they have a nature focus. They'll be kayaking and hiking and doing archery and a whole bunch of fun things like that. In Dubuque, we have our kindergarten group, our 1st and 2nd group, and then we have 3 of those themed classes. We have the STEAM class. We also have our nature navigators class, and then we have a foodology class in Dubuque, which is something that's super exciting because we get to take our kids out to really anywhere. They got to go to a farm last year, and then they got to go to Brazen, which is a restaurant in Dubuque with Chef Kevin, who has been on multiple TV shows. And it was just so exciting for them to be able to cook like alongside a local celebrity and have them get that awesome experience.
That's amazing. You're always doing the coolest stuff, Kels. Thanks for sharing.
Absolutely. And actually, I was going to share, I didn't get a chance to, but I was going to share, I know last time I was on the call, I was talking about how I was preparing for our family event field trip with the park. And I have to say that was our most fun, our best attended, and our, like, there wasn't a thing that went wrong. And I can't ever say that about anything, but there wasn't a thing that went wrong, and everyone was happy and excited. And even like, so we did it a little differently where the students got picked up from the school, got bused to the park, and all 3 of the schools got to hang out together at this one park, and then their families got to join them. And we had a mac and cheese food truck, and we had hot dogs and chips and lemonade, and for 2 hours they all just got to run around and squeal and have the most fun ever.
And nothing went wrong. I hope you bought a lottery ticket afterward.
I don't even think we used an ice pack.
Wow.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Wow, that's amazing. That's totally amazing. Anyone else?
I'll share. We're gonna do a 6-week summer school program at Lovejoy. 2 weeks in June and then 4 weeks in July/August. And we're having the morning part that school teachers are going to be leading, like academic piece with literacy and math. And then in the afternoon, one of our community partners, Campfire, is going to be doing more outdoor education and like hands-on learning and games and things. We're going to be going on some field trips. We're doing swimming lessons for every student, and that the school is paying for. And then we're hoping to catch, and we kind of prioritized our lower literacy students, and and then students that we knew kind of needed, families we knew needed some childcare assistance over the summer. And then, but we've missed a lot of people. So we're hoping to do some like pop-up events at some of our apartment complexes that have most of our students, or have many of our students living there. So we're going to do some pop-up events like popsicle days and reading things and sack lunches and things like that at some of the apartments. And yeah, that's kind of what we're doing at Lovejoy.
That sounds interesting as well. Thank you very much.
Another thing that I've seen at schools has been a food pantry that they would have for the parents. And you might want to combine a food pantry night with a parent engagement, especially for those parents that maybe are working late. And they have then the opportunity to, get some food, because sometimes if you're working a low paying job, you may be working two jobs and you still can't make ends meet.
Very good point. Let me just share a little bitty thing. This is the first time ever that Oak Ridge's after school program from kindergarten to 6th grade will be housed at Edmonds Elementary School. And this is kind of, it's focusing on math and reading. So we have an hour of math and an hour of reading for our staff, for our students. And we have the teachers, certified teachers. And then we have our group of students, our workers, who will be giving some supplement activities as well. Whole day there.
Great.
I don't know a lot about the circumstances, but I know it's really, really, really a big project. Anyone else? Any other open agenda updates or items that we'd like to talk about? Heidi or Vic? I know the conference information came out just recently. So would you like to give us some more information on that? So
Yes,
Thank you.
thanks for bringing that up, Billy. In fact, that's the announcement. So a save the date has gone out. The Impact Conference this year is September 28th and 29th. It will be at the Holiday Inn Northwest, which is a great location right off the interstate. It's centrally located for anybody coming from any part of the state. And they have renovated that hotel. It's beautiful. The meeting spaces are really, really nice. They're big, they're comfortable. There's lots of lounge areas and like networking places for people to meet. There's a restaurant attached. It's very nice. And they're very nice to work with as well. So Elva and I are working hard to put that together. There will be a call for presenters very soon. We are still, looking for a keynote or a couple of different keynotes. We have a few suggestions, but if you have others, please send them my way. And it's going to be a really great conference. Really looking forward to it. Just keep watching for that call for presenters and for registration, which will be coming out here in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you, Heidi and Elva.
Yeah.
It's right next door to where we used to meet for several years, the
Yes, that's
Ramada.
right.
So if you remember how to get to the Ramada, just go there and you'll see it. It's right next door.
That's right.
Easy to find.
It looks like we've kind of looking at the very last agenda item. Is there anything else anyone would like to bring up at this time? And also our next engagement meeting will be in 2 months.
That's right. Our next engagement meeting will be in 2 months. I'm sorry, I don't have the date right off the top of my head, but it'll come in the summary that you'll get. This video and the agenda and the documents will be posted on the website, thanks to Elva. And in the meantime, if there's anything that you'd like to make for us to make sure that we add to the next agenda. You know, it doesn't just have to come from Billy and John. You guys can email us, you can email Billy, and we can make sure that we add those things to the agenda as well for the next time.
Plus,
And-
we've
and-
given you homework. That
Yeah,
100-page document from the feds, take a look at it. And maybe you want to do a deeper dive on a particular area in that for next time. So if you do, just email Billy or Heidi and we'll get it on the agenda. And, you know, we can have a conversation about it.
I really need to say thank you, Mr. Vic, for all the things that you've helped me personally with, to all these people up front. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help. And, you know, sometimes I have to fight the different layers of bureaucracy. But, you know, that's what's makes our program in Iowa so good, is that we work together and focus on the needs of the kids as our primary goal.
Right. John isn't with me today, but he's been a good supporter as well. Very great. So thank you all.
So any of you have questions, feel free to email me, you know, or call. But if I'm on a meeting, I can't take the call, but I will call you back. But email's always good, because if I'm in a meeting and sometimes it gets kind of boring, I'll open up my email and I'll start responding to folks.
Thank you. And welcome again, Miss Garcia.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a lovely long weekend. Bye.
Be safe. Bye.